Hello friends, in this particular video we are going to talk about a topic called as chronology. As you must be knowing that this topic comes under 1.8 and a simple question can come and which have already been there in the exam in short notes. So there was a topic called as chronology and write a short note on. So that is how the question was asked. Usually people will start with a historical perspective and stick to it till the end, but the demand of the question is different here. The chronology here itself demands a variety of branches which it has attached itself to. So in this video we will write down an answer of good answer or a balanced answer for chronology, and we'll understand that what does it particular means. Such question is very important because they gives you a scope of drawing a diagram, and any question which gives you a scope of drawing diagram will help you fetch better marks. So we'll write down an answer to this, that is chronology type. As far as this thing is concerned, we'll just draw a diagram for the basic introduction. See, chronology is basically something that we see that it is an order one after other or another from past to present. So that may be series of events which happened from past to present, or anything which happened that one order. There was something which happened, after that it led to something else, which led to something else, and now is this situation. So this is how the chronology is defined. So the study of different events in chronological order after one of and another, and that too in sequential order, is known as chronology. Chronology is useful. First, it is useful in to understand. It is useful in analysis or analyze historical perspective. It is important process whereby we can find scientific and sequential evolution, scientific and sequential, etc. Now we'll draw a diagram here. See, chronology basically it can be historical, right? Historical chronology, climate related, it can be medicine related, that evolution of medicine. It can be related to society, it can be related to culture, evolution of culture. It can be biological, like evolution from Australopithecus to human, and so on. It does not restrict itself, right? There are a lot of branches. So this is how we can draw a diagram, and this will be important, right? And at the base of diagram you should write this thing, that types of chronology. So in this way we are able to fill the page as well as we are able to draw a good diagram. So now definitely there can be a better presentation. We'll start with one and we'll discuss the total, right? So we'll start with biological chronology. It is scientific and sequential evolution. First, it is scientific. Second, it is sequential evolution, study of evolution from past to present. It is useful to understand the origin, past to present, and it is useful to understand the origin. It is useful to understand origin and process of evolution. It is useful to understand origin and process of evolution. The second is geological chronology. We are discussing the types, right? So write down the heading, the types of chronologies, and first biological we dealt, now it's geological. So it is scientific and sequential study of evolution of the geographical events, geological events from past to present. It is useful to understand, analyze and interpret or evaluate the gradual change which took place on Earth. Third here is climate or climatical chronology. So it is a scientific and sequential evolution of climatic change from past to present. Here we will understand the different climatic conditions in atmosphere, environmental pressure, different natural selection process, mutation, and finally the origin of newer species. We all know that environment is dynamic and it is not static. So definitely there are going to be possibilities of change, and change will be coming from mutations or variations. These mutations and variation will lead to emergence of new species which will be in totality different from the original species. So this will definitely come. The climatic factors are important. So we have to understand that when we already have done this ecological anthropology 9.7. We have video where we have discussed about the human adaptation to cold climate and altitude. So you can go through this video and write down the short notes on here also. Here will in this particular video you will understand that how human have adapted to the climatical changes. So that this comes under climatic chronology. The next is social and culture, that is socio-cultural chronology. Here we know that the way environment is dynamic, so is society and culture. Society and culture are dynamic, right? Here it is important to analyze the different, that is historical, economic, ecologic, political, socio-cultural and religious changes which occurs in the society, right? So this is how the things are brought in sequence and studied in totality. They are studied with respect to each other, not in the separate one. The last here but not the least is historical chronology. So here we will try to put the events from past to present. For example, as you all are studying, so you must be knowing that ancient, then medieval and modern, postmodern. So this particular is what the historical type is. So all these geographical, geological, climatical, biological, socio-cultural, historical aspects, they are not separate. They are not separate. They are dependent on each other. Like geographical will be depending upon geological, will be depending on climate, will be depending on biological, will be dependent on social cultural, and will also be dependent on the historical. You see that when there's cold climate, there is biological evolution to biological adaptation, that our heartbeat will be faster, right? Then there will be production of more RCPs. That is how, and will try to save much of the heat. By socio-cultural adaptation, human will will wear the skins of the other animal. If it is in the simple society, in the modern one, they'll prefer good clothing. So that is how the climate is related to biology and socioculture. Here one change lead to another. We know that domino effect, right? That if one falls, the other one will also fall. So this domino effect is also seen in this particular thing, that biological and cultural factor behind the emergence of modern man. You see that these activities are directly dependent upon geological and climatic condition, that is evolution and etc. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is important as far as the topic of chronology is concerned. So thank you for watching.